Sometimes the sad part about 2024 is that a good girl will yoke themselves with a man that don't know how to appreciate her, and she will pour everything she has into loving him when he pours nothing back into loving her. You don't even have self-care no more. You have his care. You take care of him and his needs, and you ignore yours. How you putting on this life jacket on a man that should be able to swim himself and taking yours off in order for him to be able to float? Baby girl, you are sinking and drowning in this relationship, and you know it, but you don't give a if you can breathe or not, because you are more concerned about his head being above water, even though yours is under. At some point, baby girl, you ain't gonna have no more to give because you keep prioritizing your romantic relationships over your needs. How you gonna pour from an empty cup? And some of those people, let's be honest, ain't even toxic. They just normal people that need things from you. But how can you give them you ain't got? Some of y'all are overdrafting on the love. You are taking from what you don't got to give because you care that much. But what's gonna happen to you when you deplete it? If you are a person that's a giver, quit yoking yourself with takers, because they will take and take and take and take, and then they will look at you funny as when you ain't got no more left. In their head, they never once think about, I don't know, pouring back into you. They never once say, maybe she need my help this time. And you are giving everything you got to a mother. They can't even consider you in those moments. When you drowning, what motherfucker come to save you? Nobody.
So we're looking into ungrateful people. So the men are saying women are ungrateful, and the women are saying men are ungrateful. So it makes me wonder, is anybody happy anymore? So I wonder, why can't a person reciprocate that goodness that they're receiving from their mate? I mean, a good, solid person that you have in your life. Why can't a person reciprocate that goodness? So we have all different people, all different walks of life, who's going to share their experiences on this topic. So let's dig deeper.
Nobody goes through more pain than a woman trying to please an ungrateful man.
Grateful people will always be ungrateful. You don't have to feel bad. If you know you did everything in your power to show up for someone, let go. Let go of the guilt, let go of the debate, let go of the argument. Because you could show up for someone 1,000,000 times, and the one time you say no, or I can't, they will treat you like the worst person in the world. You will never make an ungrateful person happy. Stop trying to prove your love, your loyalty, or your commitment. Let go. And free yourself of the burden of trying to please people that will never be satisfied. Your peace of mind is worth more than their validation. Choose yourself this time. Choose your peace. And most importantly, choose to surround yourself with the people that see and appreciate and reciprocate the energy that you consistently give.
Some of us have the audacity to be ungrateful to the very people who have had your back your entire lives, or the majority of your life, or who have consistently, when I mean consistently, I'm talking about almost batting 100%, be there for you. But you refuse to be there for them. You refuse. Every time it calls you to be there for them, you don't show your gratitude of what they do for you. You come up with excuses of why you can't do it. And the reason why you come up with excuses is because you didn't want to do it in the first place. Because the reality is, whatever that you want to do, you will find a way to do it, especially if it's for somebody that you know that you can always depend on. You call on these people there for you, and when those people need you, you got something that come up and something else that's another priority over them, and you expect them to accept that because that was something that was more important to you, instead of you showing your appreciation to them.
How disgusting everything feels once you realize how much you've done for ungrateful people who didn't appreciate any of it. That kind of hurt. Like, you sit there thinking about all the stuff you did, the times you showed up, helped out, gave your heart, your time, your energy, and they didn't even see it. Didn't say thank you. Didn't check on you. Just took and took like it was nothing. And now you're left feeling used. Like all the love you gave was for nothing. It makes you want to just snatch all your kindness back and just go cold. But let me tell you, you're not the problem. Your heart isn't too big. They were just too small to handle it. You keep being you, loving, loyal, soft, but strong. Just stop giving that level of love to people who never earned it. Let your kindness be a gift, not a discount. You learned your lesson. Now move different. And never, ever beg someone to value what they never deserved in the first place.
Ladies, come here. Let me holler at y'all, yo. Let me give y'all some hard truth, yo. A man gets meaner when he don't want you no more, yo. It's not because you did anything wrong, for real. You ain't do nothing wrong to that man. But because he want to push you away so he don't have to be the one to leave, for real. That's the coward in that man. He don't want to be honest because technically you didn't do anything wrong. You aren't doing anything wrong. But they'll try to push you away until you walk away. So walk away. Don't let nobody show you more than once that they don't want you, you know? You get any type of energy, any type of feeling, chalk up the deuces, yo. Because at the end of the day, you probably wasn't walking in your purpose with that man anyway. You probably start losing yourself because you was pouring into that relationship more than you was pouring into you. And in no relationship should you forget about you. Your partner shouldn't even allow you to forget about you. You ever notice in relationships when you leave and people leave their relationships, they start to look better? That's because they start to remember who they are, you know? And in relationships, you should always pour into your partner to always remember who they are. And when you start leveling up, you know, old situations start calling again. Don't pick up. You know better. You know better.
Men don't marry the love of their lives. That's something that women do. Men marry the woman who is there when he is ready. Let me explain. By the way, I'm Taylor Love. I help explain the masculine brain, so you don't have to think so much. If you like that kind of stuff, hit the follow button. One of the biggest differences between men and women is that women live in the realm of emotion, of story, of feeling. Men live in the realm of logic, reason, direction, future planning. A woman will meet a guy when she's 22 or 32 or 27 or 43, and as long as things feel right, she's going to go in that direction, anticipating that things are going to keep feeling right, and as long as they do, she's going to be with that man. This is not the case with men. Being that we are wired to provide, even though bullshit 50-50 culture says the opposite, feminism says that women should provide for themselves, which is a total farce. We know, masculine men know deep down, we have to be ready for shit to hit the fan. Financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the things. And therefore, a man is wired by nature to only commit, provide resources, and limit his options sexually when he is in a place that he feels like no matter what happens, I got this. You could be with an amazing man. He could love you, you could love him. If he's 23 years old, 26, or honestly, even anywhere before 30, chances of him being ready from a nervous system perspective to decide that for the rest of his life, he's going to be with one person and he's going to be responsible for himself, that person, and the other little people that come along with relationships at times is highly unlikely. Men don't marry the love of their life. Men marry the woman who is in alignment with his mission when he is ready. For more depressing news, hit the follow button.
Men are ungrateful in relationships because they don't properly understand love. See, to love someone, you have to first love yourself. And if you don't love yourself enough, you'll give yourself over to anything. And you can't appreciate anyone if you first don't appreciate the love that you have for yourself. I think this derives from being under the wrong authority. See, when men are not appreciative of the women in their lives, it's because they're under the authority of their own ego and not under the authority of God. What I'm saying is men have to be held accountable. And if they're not held accountable by another godly man who understands that they are God's son, they're not going to do it. They're going to flow from one woman to the next woman, and they'll seek to abuse, they'll seek to misuse, they'll seek to do anything for their benefit, which causes them to be self-centered and selfish because they don't understand that the love of God that's supposed to come from a man is sacrificial love. Husbands, love your wives like Christ loved the church. The man has to be willing to die to himself to be the love that he needs for his spouse, namely the person that he wants to make his wife, who is God's daughter. And when he does not understand that, he's not going to be grateful for the things that you do, because he's not grateful for the God who gave him you. That's just some facts, y'all, from a married man and a pastor and a husband. God is the goal. Brothers, get under the authority of God. Let God show you how to love his daughter, and keep doing that. Because if you keep seeking God, God will send you the one that you need. God will show you the one who she is, and you have to continually go back to God to learn how to love her over and over and over again. God is the goal.
Men who treat you poorly and has continued to treat you poorly aren't going to treat you any better if you give them more of what they want or less of what they want. They know how to treat you right. They just choose not to treat you right because it's you. They will treat the right woman they want to be with the right way and continue to treat you like trash because you keep allowing them. If you have trouble dating or picking the right guy to date, go sign up for my free community.